Well, it doesn't look like there's anyone in the chat room, so or here yet. Did y'all have a safe trip?
Yeah.
Repart with me. Oh,
Yeah.
see you later.
Try to catch a Home Depot or something.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. This is called the Kiss It Better live webinar. And if you are tuned in, please do just say hello in the group chat. We're going to wait for a few more viewers to chime in before we get started. Give everybody a few minutes to join in. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. It's so funny. I look at people that do these and the first thing they do is check their hair and their makeup. But again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're live with us right now, if you could just jump in the chat box, that would be pretty awesome. I'd love it if you could do that for me. Are you tuned in? Are you watching? I'm asking. Yes, no, you don't have to be. I'm just asking. Thank you so much for joining. If you are live with us and you can jump in on the group chat, please do so. I'd love to have you join in with us. This is actually an interactive session, even though it's me live coming to you from Making Love Better Together land. But I'd love to interact with you as well. I have a group chat that's open. I just spoke to you guys saying hello. So if you can just jump on in there with me, that would be pretty awesome. Again, thank you so much for tuning in on a Sunday night. I'm sure there are other things that you could be doing, but I'm just glad and grateful that you decided to join in with us this evening. Okay, so we have just a couple of viewers. If you don't mind, I'm just going to wait until we have a few more before we get started. Got some pretty cool things for you guys to talk about tonight on how to kiss it better together. Where we'll basically be chiming in and chatting about how you can make your relationship better overall with whomever you are making love better together with. And we're going to have a good time as soon as we get a few more people in. And I'm not going to wait too much longer because your time is valuable too. And I do want you guys to just go ahead and get started with joining in on the fun as well. Again, if you can live chat with me, I'm not for sure exactly how to tell you how to open it, but I do have the group chat open. So if you can just jump in on the chat box, if you can see it, by all means, please do let me know. I'll just do a quick hello and see if you guys can see that. Again, thank you guys so much for joining me. This is the first of the Making Love Better Together series. So we're going to get it done by hook or by crook and just see where this excitement takes us. Okay. All right. Again, if you can go into the chat room, I would love to make this an interactive live webinar. And then you may not want to let people know that you're in the chat room or just that you're on the webinar, which is fine too. I'm going to be sharing quite a bit of information with you guys. So I'm going to jump right in. I actually took notes this time, so this will be interesting to see if I can actually follow them. I'm going to go ahead and welcome you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys so much for tuning into Kiss and Makeup. Making Love Better Together's live webinar. We're going to be talking about how to kiss. Do you know that kissing is an extremely important part of your relationship? I know so many relationships, once they get together, they fall in love, they forget about the kiss kissing part. And there are just so many benefits to kissing. And what I did was I decided to take a spin and add it to the kiss, which is keeping it simple and sexy. A lot of times we think we have to do all these extreme things in our relationships to keep the spice and the spontaneity, but really all you need to do is just keep it simple and sexy. Men don't require a lot. And truth be told, if women spoke up and said what they wanted, men would do a lot more also. So, again, this workshop is called the KISS workshop, which is keeping it simple and sexy. And do the intro real quick. My name is Yanni Brown of Making Love Better Together, and my concept is simple. It's going to take all of us coming together collectively to restore balance to love. I think love is way out of sync. A lot of people don't really know the real meaning of love, and they're using the term love loosely. So I'm just trying to help people get back to the balance of love, whether it's you're loving yourself or the journey to loving yourself, being open to loving others, or whether you have a mate and you're interested in making love better together. This particular workshop is catering to the women, the wives, and the couples, because we're going to be talking about some intimate things that you should be doing with your mate or your partner. So again, I mentioned earlier the importance of kissing and how kissing is actually the foreplay of the relationship. If he has a beard, that's foreplay. If she's wearing like a simple gloss, all of that is foreplay for your relationship in terms of getting the day started or closing the day, or if you just pop up at his or her job and just surprise them with a kiss. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can add a little spice to your relationship with something as simple as a kiss. It can be a kiss on a note card or a kiss on a post-it note that you're leaving him or that you're leaving him on the way out the door. And so I'm going to jump into the senses. I actually have some products that I'm going to share with you also. So stimulating the senses. When you're talking about kissing, it's important to, definitely stimulate the senses, get your mate excited about what's going on in the relationship, and just the art of touching one another is one of the senses. So we're going to start with the sense of touch. So, and it's funny that this is turning up this funky color blue, but this is actually a purple feather. And what I tell my ladies and gentlemen is everywhere you're sensitive at, he's sensitive at. So this is a great way to keep it simple and sexy. You can just have this on the side of the bed, and you can do a night of teasing and pleasing. Again, everywhere you're sensitive, he's sensitive. Everywhere she's sensitive, he's sensitive. So we're talking the buttocks, the nape of the neck. If he has a bald head, you can go up the back of the neck and just kind of gently take the brush over the top of the head. Then there's also the nipples, very, very nice touch there. Then there's also the back of the calves. So I put out little fillers on Facebook earlier this week. What are some of the erogenous zones that couples tend to enjoy with one another? And this feather will definitely help you kiss those erogenous zones, keeping it simple and sexy. This can actually be part of your date night too. Something as simple as a feather. All you need to do is just add a couple of instructions to this feather, pair it with the blindfold, and now you are able to kiss. Keep it simple and sexy. We also have another feather, which is part of my Kama Sutra products. This feather comes with honey dust. Now, again, you just simply flick it on the neck, or again, wherever you're sensitive, and you just lick the honey dust off. Now, what I love about this product is it's natural. Kama Sutra makes very sexy products. And again, wherever you flick this on, you can most certainly lick it off. And again, this is another way to broaden and expound on the actual five senses. So if you take away sense of sight, you're heightening sense of touch. If you're whispering in each other's ear, now you're broadening the spectrum in terms of the things that you hear in each other. And then also it's great to whisper in your partner's ear from time to time and just let them know how much they matter to you. Why they're important to you. Excuse me, I'm battling a cold. And just what makes him or her special. Oftentimes we forget that part of the relationship. We forget to share what makes you you. We take those things for granted, and then we start infringing on the little things when sometimes it really is as simple as the little things. Letting them know, hey, I really appreciate you doing the dishes, or, thank you for that meal. It was pretty awesome. Those are little things. Those are little kisses that turn into big kisses that then turns into big intimacy. So again, little things such as leaving a note on the door, just letting your mate know that, what you do matter. So I just needed you to know that. Let's see what's going on here. My camera went out, so I'm trying to see what's going on with that. Okay, hopefully you guys can see me. Sorry guys, I'm just checking to make sure that I am still live with you guys because I don't see myself looking at you. Nia, are you online?
There should be a button somewhere that says reconnect.
Nope, I don't see that button. Yeah, see, that didn't work. Okay, sorry. Nia Jones is my AV technical person for this evening. So if you could just hold on a moment, we're waiting, obviously, or hopefully for my camera to load up and share with you guys.
Did that green light there that did just shut off?
Yes. Should I then reboot?
Possibly. I don't know if you reboot, if like everybody's gonna after you go into everything.
Can you log on for me? You're going to have to log in as me. I'm switching cameras. I'm having technical difficulties, so my AV person, Mia, is helping me. Just 1 second. Okay. Now, where do I go?
You do the same thing you did on here.
I don't know. Take me to one of your browsers so that I can open it up. Again, sorry guys, I'm not for sure if you can still hear me. Hopefully you can. It shows that I have 3 people joining me, and I'm probably one of the 3 that's included in that. So I appreciate you guys. Hi, yay, now I can see your chats.
Okay, but they still can't see you.
Okay, so what's wrong with the camera?
You're viewing, you're not recording. You need to open that up like you opened this up.
I did.
No, you didn't. You're viewing it. If you need to make yourself the broadcaster.
You on watch page? I don't know if that's what I'm trying to do or not.
No, because this is just you watching it. I think you better log out of this one first. Tell people what you're doing.
I'm logging out of the one and trying to log back. Okay, there I am. Sorry I lost some viewers. Hopefully you guys will
I think
pick
this
back
is
up.
an entirely new chat.
No, let's kiss it better together. It's probably a new chat altogether, but it's still.
Okay, I will tell everybody on Facebook what happened.
Can you do that for me? Here you go. Actually, can you just send an email instead? Oh, you're not in mine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm going to jump back in where I left off. Thank you guys so much for bouncing back with me. I truly appreciate it. Stimulating the senses was where I left off. I left off with the feather, and I left off with whispering in each other's ears and telling you how important it is to love on each other a little bit with words, and through touch and through whispering. Whispering is always good because it sounds sexy. Um, and then once you're done stimulating the senses, ladies, we got to maintain our sexy. And what I mean by maintaining our sexy, you have to look good for you. You have to feel sexy for you, whatever that is, whether it's going to get your hair done, going to get your nails done, getting a manicure, pedicure. But you have to feel sexy in every aspect of what sexiness is for you. Find your sexy and understand that men are visual. Coming and going, they're visual. So you wearing a bonnet to bed every night just doesn't scream sexy, not to him anyway. Um, he's okay with you wearing it to bed because he understands the pressures of the our hair. But if you want to keep it sexy, Speedy, take off the bonnet and let him run his fingers through your hair because that is definitely a way of keeping it simple and sexy. Him being able to touch you in a way that he want to touch you without being restricted on if he's going to mess up your hair or if you're going to yell at him about, the whole hair thing. And then also sometimes ladies on hairdo day number, whenever it's time for you to get your hair done over, get in the shower with them, push them underneath the shower. It's okay if you get a little soap in your mouth. I say that a lot in my workshops, and I'll let that slip over your head. What I mean by getting a little soap in your mouth, but push him underneath the water where only his lower parts, lower extremities are exposed, and just send him off to work with a happy face or with a happy face, and that's a great way to keep it simple and sexy. It's not overbearing. And men like it when their women are assertive, not aggressive, but definitely assertive. So if you take the initiative, his famous line will always be, "What you doing?" He'll never stop you, but his line will always be, "Baby, what you doing?" So a great way to keep it simple and sexy is, like I said, on hairdo day. Now, mind you, this is not on a fresh hairdo unless you just falling out of control and you can get your hair done over. There are some women that are like that. Or if you like me and I can do my own hair, it's nothing for me to get my hair messed up. But on those days when you can get your hair messed up, absolutely push him underneath the shower and just let his lower regions be exposed. And if you want, you can kind of make that even sexier by putting on just a plain white t-shirt with nothing on underneath. Those are little ways. See, and that doesn't cost any money. So now you're keeping it simple and sexy in the shower without spending any money. So absolutely lather things up really well and enjoy yourself. A lot of times we put so much pressure on the relationship that we actually forget to enjoy the relationship. And that's part of enjoying the relationship, part of enjoying the marriage is excuse me, as I mentioned earlier, I have a terrible cold, but that's definitely one of the ways to keep it sexy. So again, granny panties, bonnets, at least 2 or 3 days a week, throw those out the window or at least put them in the drawer for those days that are reserved just for you and your you time. But when you're trying to be sexy, a nice pair of boy shorts, again, that's simple. A nice pair of heels, just walk by him. Now, I got another thing for you that's actually really funny. You want to keep it simple and sexy, help with the chores. That is the sexiest thing you could ever do in a relationship is to help with the laundry or help fold and put away clothes or wash the dishes or run her a bubble bath or run him a bubble bath and not really expect anything in return. That's like ultra sexy. It's like, wow, this you did this for me. Wow. Thank you so much, especially if your mate has had a hard day or whatever. So I'm talking like these little bitty things turn into big things when you're talking about the longevity of relationships. And I tell couples all the time, when you leave a crack in the foundation of your relationship, all kinds of things are coming through those cracks. The chick who's coming to steal your pension, the dude with no job that's wearing the Timberland boots that's coming to hit it and quit it. All these things are playing a major part in destroying the foundations of our relationships, all because we let those cracks in the foundation. So again, something as simple as, like I said, recapping is, putting a satin bonnet to the side or putting on some sexy panties rather than the granny panties. And maintaining your own sense of sexy. There's a thing about a man who will tell you, I see a woman across the room that's confident in herself and that's ultra sexy. So, just imagine showing up to your guy's job or whatever and you're just going to leave a rose on his car or you're wearing a trench coat, nothing on underneath. Now, if he has the kind of job where he's like at Home Depot and it's all out in the public, you don't want to do that. But if he has the kind of job that's private or he has like his own office, absolutely go flash your husband and then just keep it moving. Who do you think he's going to be thinking of all day? That is keeping it simple and sexy all day long, especially if you have on some nice thigh highs with a garter belt. Oh, flash and go, just flash and go. You will be like getting phone calls and text messages all day. These are some of the ways to keep it simple and sexy. This is Yanni Brown of Making Love Better Together, and I'm coming to you tonight to just talk about different ways to keep it simple and sexy. Now, make room for date night. Now, a lot of things that I run into with couples is once they've been together for a while, they don't have time for each other. And to me, if you don't cultivate your relationship, if you don't stroke your relationship ego, again, you're leaving those cracks in the way for somebody else to come in and compliment your man or compliment your woman. And I post this on social media all the time. Your mate should never leave home hungry for nothing. Not as long as you are able. He or she should never leave home hungry for anything, because there's too many vultures out there that's willing to feed your man or feed your woman whatever it is they need just to get them. Doesn't mean you want to keep them, but again, that's tearing at the very fiber of your relationship, your marriage, your foundation. So part of keeping it simple and sexy is not letting your mate leave home hungry for anything. So what I tell people as far as date night goes, you want to keep it interesting. You want to keep it sexy. There's stuff that you want to do. There's stuff that he wants to do. And it's as simple as taking a box. It could be an old shoe box. It could be a pretty box. It could be an envelope. It could just be a bowl in the middle of the table. Does not matter to me what kind of situation you got to put this in, but put in 12 things you want to do, put in 12 things your mate wants to do, and now you have 24 things that you can do for date night where you're both doing something that you'll both enjoy. So, it's not as difficult as we make it out to be. We just don't always want to put in the work. And you go to work every day, you work at the job, why not work at your relationship? Your relationship requires you to do the work. So do the work. And part of doing the work is creating date night. Now, I get a lot of millennials who say things to me like, well, I work every day, the female part of the millennials. Well, I work every day. Why do I have to come home and cook? Well, my answer to that is, why wouldn't you want something that is prepared by you with all your love and your giving and your to serve to your man? Now, am I asking you to do this every day? No, absolutely sharing the cooking process. That can be one of the date nights. Go out and learn how to cook together, preparing food together. It's an amazing thing to do, especially if you're baking. Because see, it's about 20, 30 minutes that you get for some stuff to get done. I'm not going to tell you what to do in those 30 minutes, but you got 30 minutes where you can have some fun and some playtime. See, we want to over process it. We want to over maximize the experience when it really is simple. And all you have to do is to make it sexy is your persona and what you put into it and what you throw into it. Sexy is a state of mind. It's not always how you look. It's about how you present yourself. So another one of the things that I like for date night, I actually found this. I do parties, and I don't call them parties, I actually call them workshops for couples where I teach them how to keep it simple and sexy. And one of the products that I carry is a pair of lace thong panties, and they tie on the side. So, one size fits all. This is really and truly one size fit all. And what I love about this is on the inside, there's a little pocket that you can put a bullet in, and he gets to put the ring on his finger. Now, what I tell couples to do with this, I get so excited about this because, honey, let me tell you, date night with this is you all can either do one or two things. It depends on how secure your relationship is. If you don't have a man that's secure, don't do this. If you don't have a woman that's secure, don't do this. But if you do, go to the club. And every time somebody flirts with her, you remind her of what she has at home with this ring. And all you do is push that button and just see how well she can maintain a conversation with whoever it is she's talking to while you letting her know who's in control. And then you just simply take it out and you can wash these. So yes. And then that also creates some other opportunities. I'm a big proponent of, most people don't know you, and we think once we get married, we're only supposed to do things in the bedroom. Well, I'm not saying do things in public, but venture out a little bit, enjoy some fun. That's what we'll call that. Enjoy some fun. Now, we're all getting older, and there's been a lot of talk about Kegels and using your Kegel muscles and tightening up your Kegel muscles. And I've been stressing this before it was popular. I was talking about it before it was trendy, because I'm from the old school, and the old school people used to say to me, "You got to be careful." Because the bottom will fall out. That's old school terminology for if you don't take care of your vajayjay, then it can get loose. And if it get loose, some things can shift and fall around. Because we have some things, I do vaginal health as well. So we have some things that can shift and kind of get tossed around a little bit. So we have Kegel balls that can definitely go inside the vagina and tighten some things up, or you can just use your Kegel muscles and strengthen them on your own. But these are amazing Kegel balls. They're actually made out of glass, and they come with this nice nifty little string. And you're like, okay, oh my goodness, why do I need a string? Because everybody doesn't feel comfortable with inserting these and not having a string to pull them out. But these also come loose as well, so that you can just insert them inside your vagina too. Now, the idea is to keep these in, and this will definitely help with the pelvic floor. This will help with tightening. I call it the Kung Fu grip on the shaft of his penis. So this is definitely a way of keeping it simple and sexy, ladies. I cannot stress to you enough how when you have it tight, they say it all the time, keep it tight, make it right. That's not just for the body in the physical sense. You got to keep the vagina tight as well. So we also carry these in weighted form as well. So, you can start with these and then kind of work your way up to a weighted form. But those are also ways that you can keep things tight and keep it simple and keep it sexy, because he don't know what he's getting himself into. He's just like, hey. And trust me, they can feel all of that. And if you do it well enough, you can get to a point where you're actually pulsating on the penis, which he can also feel that as well. And when he's actually climaxing, if you give it a nice Kung Fu grip, tight grip, that's exciting to him as well. And again, your men are visual. So, they're not going to stop you. They're just going to go, babe, what are you doing? So if you don't have these products around, or you can't get a hold of me right away, another way for you to tighten your vagina is to insert an ice cube, small ice cube, and you definitely want to lick the edges first so that it doesn't get stuck anywhere. All you got to do is think about the Christmas movie. There you go. Take the edges off and, lick the edges so that they're not sticking to you, and insert them inside your vagina, and that's going to tighten up everything. However, if you have not had your orgasm at this point, you're probably going to miss it, because what's going to happen is everything is going to be just like this. So it's going to be cold, it's going to be tight, it's going to be hot, and it's going to be wet. All of that in a matter of 30 seconds. So yeah, another way to tighten things up really quick. But that nothing serves better than working the pelvic floor and the pelvic exercises. So you got the pelvic thrust, you got the Kegel muscles, you got the balls. So definitely some ways to tighten things up. Another product that I absolutely love is called the Kama Sutra Love Oil of love, actually. And what that does is it gets warm. So when you put it on, it gets warm. And then when you blow, it gets warmer. That works in all the erogenous zones that you have, as well as the erogenous zones that he has. So there's so many different ways to keep it simple and sexy that, again, it's just a little thing. So there's another product that I also carry. Excuse me. And this is called a bullet. Now, most men are intimidated by bullets, but I'm here to tell you that there's no reason to be intimidated, because what this does is it works wonders for him and for her. So if you take this and you put it underneath your chin while you're doing oral pleasures on him, it'll give it a nice humming sound on the shaft of the penis, as well as if you put this on her clitoris while you're penetrating her, it kind of gives her the friction that she needs if she's clitorally stimulated to achieve orgasm. So there's so many different ways to keep it simple and sexy. And this is the sensual and the sexual part. I gave you the date night part, and I told you about cooking together and how amazing that is. So again, there's so many different ways that you can just enjoy each other's company and enjoy spending time together. Make it fun. What is it, Netflix and chill? You can Netflix and chill, but do something in between those commercial breaks, or do something in between those movies that's fun for you and your mate, where it's pulling you all closer together. Talk about some things that matter. Plan some dates, plan some things, plan some ways where you all are connecting with other couples and showing them the benefits of being in a healthy relationship. There's not enough of that going on right now. We are living in a time where relationships are being attacked left and right. It's not cool to be married. It's not cool to want the ring. It's not cool to deserve the ring. And all of that's just a bunch of crap right now in 2017. I'm here to tell you because I'm all about wanting the ring. I'm all about saying I do. So, yes, absolutely. So, let's see, what else do we have here? We also have this amazing candle. And what I love about this candle is you can actually write on it. So if you want to write him or her a note with instructions on, I think this, can you see that love there? I'm always pouring out the love. That's all I got to tell you. I'm always pouring out the love. But this candle comes with a little spout. So you can actually pour it. It turns into like a massage oil. So you can leave like a post-it note on the bottom saying massage me tonight or date night massage, send a text message, any way you choose to do this. Or you can give him a topless pedicure. Let me rephrase, a topless foot rub. And that's basically where you're just rubbing his feet or he's giving you a massage. Again, this is another way to keep it simple yet sexy. Am I right? Definitely. If and I don't again, I don't see you in the group chat, but that doesn't mean you don't have feedback. So if you definitely have feedback, by all means, hit up my inbox or, tap into some space on social media and just let me know what you're thinking about what I'm saying so far. And excuse me, and if this is keeping it simple and sexy for you. Another thing I like to do is this is the cutest, funnest gift that you can actually give to your mate or just have for you and your mate on date night. These are glow in the dark dice. And I know what you're thinking, that's old school for real. And it absolutely is, but it's so much fun. Just, you live in a big house. You know what time he or she is coming home. So when they get ready to walk through the door, make sure you have shined the light on these dice so that they're nice and glowed. And then you just take it and roll it in the front room. And whatever the dice fall on, that's what you do, keeping it simple and sexy. Everything that I've showed you so far is roughly under 40 bucks. I think 40 bucks is the max on some of these products. And again, these are fun ways that you can add spontaneity and spice in your relationship by keeping it simple and sexy. Now, again, ladies, your men are visual. So role playing is definitely always fun. Be somebody else for the day. Let him know who's running things, but be somebody else for the day. Be not Shanae, but pick a name that you like, that he likes, and just let him see another side to you and vice versa. Tell him to dress up. It really is okay. Now, so you got cooking together, you got 12 things in a box, you got vibrating panties, you got chores being done to help you guys out with things around the house. So there's so many different ways to keep it simple and sexy. Another way to keep it simple and sexy is this Kama Sutra bath salts. Now, can you get any bath salts? Absolutely. Get whatever bath salts you choose. Get Epsom salt, get some bubbles, get some honey. My chief trick that I tell people on ways to keep it simple and sexy is to get powdered milk. If you get powdered milk, you'll come out feeling all supple and sexy. So again, so many different ways to keep it simple and sexy with your mate. You can use products, you can use creativity, you can use your things that you have in the kitchen, you can use things you have in your refrigerator. Again, it's all in your effort. And again, I was going to do a Q&A portion, but it doesn't look like I have a section on here for Q&A. Do you have my cell phone? Right, no one's messaging me. I love the way my daughter's helping me out tonight, guys. I've never sugarcoated anything when it came to what I did with my children, so they've always known. And she's in the background going, they can message you and ask you questions that way. So if you guys feel so inclined to do so, by all means, please do messenger me. I do have some things in here. I don't know what it's saying here. Okay, this has nothing to do with tonight, so we'll keep it moving. Okay. Okay, I don't have any other questions floating around in here, but I will talk about shaving. Shaving is a great way to enjoy the keeping it simple and sexy. Whether it's you shaving him or him shaving you, uh, that's all just extra foreplay there. Because once you remove the hair, it leaves more room for more fun. So you can take advantage of that or not, but it's completely up to you. And you can make your own lathering cream. To shave with and do it however you choose, or you can go and get wax together. So again, there's so many different ways that you can enhance your relationship, enhance the spontaneity and spice in your relationship. My name is Yanni Brown of Making Love Better Together, and I actually teach these workshops as often as I can whenever I'm invited to do so. And you can check out my website, yannibrown.com, and I have workshops actually available online as we speak. I just added some today just for this live chat. And then I also have all the products that I've shown you here tonight. Those are also on my website, just in case you guys wanted to slide through and pick up some of those just in time for Valentine's Day. If you wanted to invite me out for a session for couples parties, I also have a wonderful workshop called the Touch of Love Workshop. And that's where we talk about food and how food is an aphrodisiac and how those foods enhance sensuality and sexuality and how it brings it all full circle to stimulating the five senses, communicating more effectively, supply and demand of his needs, her needs, verbal, nonverbal. And it's just one big old mushy gathering of intimacy because truth be told, intimacy to her is sex to him. They're one and the same. It's just we get them confused and then we get situations tangled. And what I will say, ladies, part of keeping it simple and sexy is your argument that you had has nothing to do with sex. So if you think about it and you're talking about, okay, well, I'm angry and I don't want to have sex and I don't feel like being intimate. I don't feel like making love. Well, if you ask him the three things that he needs, he's going to say sex, he's going to say support, and then he may name one other thing. But sex is definitely on that high priority list. So let's say you're angry one week and there's no sex. Okay, now this is going on for 2 weeks because you're still mad. There's no sex. And then there's some girl at the job saying, hey, you look really nice today and I was checking you out. So now you're leaving that crack in the foundation that I was talking about. You're leaving that crack in their foundation. One has nothing to do with the other. If you're angry with your mate about something, address what you're angry about. That's keeping it simple and sexy. Address what you're angry about, how you can move forward, how you can fix it. But sex on the table, one has nothing to do with the other. At least in his eyes, it doesn't. And I tell women all the time, it shouldn't make a difference in your eyes either. I get that it may be difficult, but for them, they don't care anything about that. So recapping what we've talked about so far, we talked about not wearing the bonnets all the time, keeping it simple and sexy. Sometimes boy shorts are great ways to keep it sexy, or a pair of heels. I showed you some really sexy vibrating lace panties that you could tie on the side that are great for date night. What I didn't mention was it's also great in group dinners. So say you have dinner with your coupled friends and then you have on those vibrating panties and he gets to push the ring whenever he wants. Imagine trying to finish a sentence with those panties on. I'm telling you, I crack up every time I think about it because without telling on people that have purchased these products as well as myself, it is hilarious to try and get through a conversation or anything else for that matter while someone else controls when and where you have your orgasm. And for those ladies who are control freaks, this is a perfect gift for you. Perfect gift for you because you can't control when, where, or how. What else did we discuss? We did not discuss lubricants or pleasure bombs. Now, pleasure bomb, there's a couple ways you can go with this. This is designed to keep him erect longer, but then you can also add ginger to your menu. Excuse me. Those are natural stimulants that are guaranteed to keep him harder longer. Then we also have what's called a vibrating cock ring. Now, what I like about this particular vibrating cock ring is that it vibrates. So it keeps him harder longer, but it vibrates. So if you turn it this way, then it's going to vibrate on his testicles. If you turn it this way, then it's going to vibrate in your clitoral area. What's wonderful about this little beauty right here is it vibrates on various speeds. So if you're thinking, nope, it's So you're caught off guard, but it's definitely going to stimulate the clitoral area and heighten your orgasms and hopefully giving you multiple orgasms, which is kind of what you want to do when you're having orgasms, right? You want to definitely have multiple ones. So I think I've touched on pretty much all I wanted to touch on as far as keeping it simple and sexy. If you want the full workshop, definitely give me a call. I'm at YanniBrown.com. Follow me on all social media outlets at Making Love Better. That's MAKINGLOVEBETTR. Uh, let's see if you have any questions, info at YanniBrown.com, or you can hit me up again since the group chat doesn't seem to be working. If you want to go to Facebook, you can definitely hit me in my inbox on Facebook and I'll answer questions there. I have my trusty phone in my hand, which I never leave home without it. And just let me know if you're enjoying what you're hearing so far, if you have any questions, if there's anything you want to talk about that I didn't address. Definitely, I'm game to hear more of what you guys are interested in as opposed to just me just talking about what I think you're interested in. Definitely self-check, get your annual mammograms, get your annual physicals. When you get your physical, ladies, the pelvic exam, if you're not asking about STDs, STIs, they're only checking for abnormal cancer cells. And we definitely want to get our female health organs together. So you definitely want them to check for everything across the board. Check for everything, everything. And then just when you think that there's nothing else, ask them, am I missing anything that I need to check? Check all of that. Get your mammograms, get your teeth checked. I'm telling you, people think it's crazy. Gingivitis is real. And if you have gingivitis here, you will have gingivitis there. I don't know why, but I just look like my sister just then. Sorry, I just had to share that with you. So again, if you have any questions, I'm on my Facebook page because like I said, I don't think for some reason you guys can, I don't see you in the chat. Let me see if I can't refresh it and see. No, I don't see anyone in the chat. If you can chat, just put in hello and let me know if you can see anything there. But otherwise, hit me in the Facebook inbox. And I promise I will not disclose who you are because I understand the anonymity here. Because everybody doesn't want to do or everybody's not into what everybody else is into. Excuse me. And I totally get that. So again, what are some of the things you guys want to talk about as far as kissing and keeping it simple and sexy? I get a lot of pressure from my ladies because a lot of the burden actually does fall on us. But I talk to a lot of people as well. My background is research. And talking to all of the women and men, they will tell you in a heartbeat, she saved me. I couldn't be who I was if it wasn't for her. She made me a better person. All of those things come with all of what you do. And you can either pour honey or you can pour salt. And if you're trying to get what it is that you want from him, why not pour a little sugar and honey with that? You can get what you need by just pouring a little sugar or dabbing in a little honey. All of this attitude that we sometimes exhibit because we're angry, that's playing out in our relationships. And I'm not saying being a pushover, absolutely not. But I'm saying a nurturing, giving woman from a nurturing, giving man is a beautiful thing because now you're giving and taking while simultaneously giving and taking. And that's a beautiful thing because that's what love really is. It's about giving and taking and giving and taking while simultaneously giving and taking. So if you helping me with the laundry, then I feel a little bit better and I could be sexy later. If you took out the garbage and I don't have to fuss at you when you get home about taking out the garbage, then now I have time to take a shower and I can come out of the shower and be like, voila, feeling refreshed and renewed to be sexy for you. So again, there's so many different ways. Double checking my inbox. And again, I don't have any instant messages there. Or text messages. So I'm going to sign off. And if you guys need me for anything, again, best way to reach me is online, info at YanniBrown.com. Making Love Better Together. Social media is Making Love Better. And that's MAKINGLOVEBETTR. And again, all the items that you've seen here today, You can purchase them on my website at yannibrown.com. I also have workshops available for you guys on how to kiss, keep it simple and sexy. And then this way you get the actual full benefit of the workshop. This right here was just a little teaser, but you can get the full workshop. We have games, we have gifts. And again, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. So if you are interested in planning a romantic rendezvous, or if you would like to enjoy the benefits of our Touch of Love workshop, we book in-home sessions as well for up to 8 couples. And we have a really good time. So if you're interested in adding a little spontaneity and spice to your relationship, pouring a little intimacy in your relationship, or you just need a good old plain recipe, email me, Yanni Brown. That's info@yannibrown.com. And again, thank you so much for those of you who did join me tonight. I truly, truly appreciate you spending your Sunday night with me. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to hang out with your girl. And I appreciate it. You all have a wonderful night. If you have any questions, like I said, please feel free to email me at info@yannibrown.com. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys have a wonderful night.